Hi, Scorpio, Sun, Moon, and Ascendant. This is Dane, and I'm going to be doing your October 2022 full moon reading for you. Now I ask if this reading resonates with you. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. If you're interested in any of the cards that I'm using, they will all be listed in the description box below. Now before we begin this reading, let us clear the energy space, raising our own energy vibration, and releasing any negativity. This cleanse and meditation will be accompanied by a loud sound. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. Releasing all negativity from the body like storm clouds. Letting yourself feel calm, centered, and at peace as we enter into this safe and loving space. All right, Scorpio. Let's see what energy we have to be mindful of during this Hunter's full moon in Aries on October 9th. Angels and spirit guides show me clearly. So we have the Two of Pentacles. Now, there can be a lot on our plate, but there are also two very distinct energies coming forward, one from the full moon in Aries and the other from the Sun and Venus in Libra. So Libra is coming through very strongly. Everything's in balance, right? Then we have Aries. These two are sister signs. So either they bring out the best in each other or they bring out the worst, just like sisters can. So what we're going to be seeing here is that with the full moon in Aries, we have this feeling of urgency, this feeling of, I need to get this done. I need to move forward this way. I need, to rush. And Spirit is saying, slow down. That's going to be one of the main things. Now with the Libra energy, okay, it's going to be in contrast with this sense of freedom and spontaneity that we have from the Aries full moon. And here it's like, I need to take care of everything. I need to just make sure everybody's safe and secure and steady and balanced. And so here during this time, that's going to be part of the energies that come through that can be very overwhelming to us. Now we also have the full moon conjunct Chiron, which is bringing us intense emotions and, a sense of needing to work deeper within ourselves. There's also a sense here with Chiron conjunct the full moon. They say opposite. It's conjunct the full moon. Okay, Chiron is conjunct the full moon and opposite the Sun and Venus in Libra. So what this brings is that it brings to our attention the wounds that we have not yet healed from. And Spirit is saying to us, how do you want to move forward? What is it that you need for yourself? How is it that you need to heal your wounds? And what is happening right now? So you're juggling everything. But are you remembering yourself? You're juggling everything, but are we rushing? Are we trying too hard to keep everything in balance? We're going to tend to go towards extremes during this time, and it can really aggravate our energy. And we just want that calm, balance, focused energy to lead us forward. So let's see what the tarot has to say. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Okay. So let's see here. We have the Seven of Swords. Nope, the Eight of Swords. There we go. We have the Nine of Cups. We have the Strength card, which is Leo energy, emphasizing the sun. Leo is ruled by the sun. And we have the Queen of Cups, which is us. So when we're crowned with the Eight of Lightning, the Eight of Swords, things are moving forward very quickly. And there's that energy here of, I need things to move forward. I need things to get where I want them to be, or else I'm never going to get there. So we can feel a sense of urgency during this time, which is in contrast with where we want to be, because this urgency is almost I just feel it's very fatalistic. It's like, if I'm not there now, I'm never going to get there. And we have to kind of calm down, because that energy is actually going to slow us. Yet we want it to speed us forward. It's going to slow us because it's going to make us anxious. It's going to make us overwhelmed. It's going to take away a bit of our joy. So just be very aware of that. Now, there's a wish that's coming forward. You're going to find that it's illuminated no more during the day of the full moon. Okay, so there's going to be something here that moves you forward, and it's going to be more on that day. There is a sense of you embracing your calm and your healing, and that's going to be so important. Your hands, okay? The energy of healing, the energy of touch, even if you listen to Reiki on YouTube, okay? Or even just listening to healing, like shamanic music. Like there's this snow raven that is really quite beautiful, and I've been listening to her. You can find that there's power in the voice, but there's also power in the energy, in the feel of things, in the vibrational feel. It really hits your heart. So just be very aware of that during this time. It's going to be very powerful for you. With the repeat of the number 8, you're going to be very serious during this time, Scorpio. You want things to be grounded. You want things to be serious. You want things to be moving forward in a very succinct, logical way. Is it always going to do that? No, not at all. But during this time, you're also going to see that things are much more free. Okay? If we step out of needing to balance everything, if we step out of, feeling like the scales, the daylight, okay, the Libra energy of our day is out of balance or not really working with us, because it's bringing up, it's in contrast with that moon. And so there's an energy here that's telling us, okay, I need to be in balance with me. And so we're trying to do everything, and we're just needing to focus on ourselves right now. Things are going to start moving forward, but they're only going to start moving forward when we start to see what we want. We start to see ourselves. We start to see what we desire. Now, up until that point, we can also have energy around us moving very chaotically that keeps us from really being centered, really being focused, really seeing and understanding what we want. So just be very aware here, because I'm just feeling a bit of a scatteredness, and it's like an anxious scatteredness. It's kind of like it has to be organized, but it isn't quite organized yet. And until we recognize that, and until we even say, you know what, it's not perfect, but that's okay, we're going to feel as if we can't move forward in the way that we want to. With the 9 of Cups, there is this real sense of getting what we wish for. There is this real sense of introspection and understanding, but a wish coming forward. There's something here where we've asked for a sign, we asked for a sign. This is going to be a time where we get a sign. It's not going to be big. It's going to be very small. It's going to be very quiet. It can easily be overlooked, but Spirit is saying, pay attention. Stay in the forefront of your knowledge, of your understanding, because this will move you forward quite beautifully. Now, with the sun coming through so strongly, with strength coming through so strongly, you can have very strong Leo energy here during this time. But there's also a sense of, how do I embrace what I love and what I need? How do I move forward in my strength of my personality and not let that be overshadowed by anybody, bullied by anybody? So this is going to be a time for us, Scorpio, where we really start to see our worth and what we desire. We're really looking at things much more openly and honestly than we have been before, but we're also laying things on the table and saying, this is what I want from life. This is where I'm headed. This is where I'm going. We're being a lot more forthright with what we desire and where we're seeing ourselves in this time period. But it's also like from this full moon on the 9th of October to like the end of the year, we're having very distinct plans come forward. And it's like, okay, I can do this. And I know I can do this. Now it leads us to the Queen of Cups, and that's us. We're represented by the cups in the minor arcana. And there is such a sense of healing, such a sense of connection. There can be a bit of a rebel to us during this time too. So an acknowledgement of that, needs to be here, because we can also really want us to fit in a certain box, a certain way of being. And Spirit's saying, you're going to have to let yourself just shine and be you. You're going to have to let yourself be so much more than you thought you could be. And this is going to be a time where, as we embrace our own healing, as we embrace what we really love and what we really want and who we really are, we're going to see ourselves start to change. We're going to see like a shedding of other people's expectations and a stepping into ourselves. Now let's see what the moon has to say for herself. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading. We have the full moon. Surrender to the divine. I love that. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels. So we have the surrendering to the divine, crowning everything. And that's with the Eight of Swords. So there is something that's moving very, very quickly. There is something that's opening up to us. There is something that we are seeing, gaining a greater understanding of. It's moving us forward to where we need to be for ourselves. It's moving us towards the divine. And this can happen very quickly, and this will happen very quickly with this moon. The sense of a light bulb moment, the sense of oh my goodness, I didn't realize this before. And now we step into our power, into our understanding, and into ourselves. We're going to see here by this moon, there's something here about you're the key, and that's so important. It's like you're the key to all of this. And it brings us to that realization with what we wish for, that image of us walking through that giant keyhole, that image of us moving forward. That's going to be so important during this time, even just to see what we wish for, see what we desire, see what we need. There's a sense of us opening to us, that there's a part of our wonderment, there's a part of what we've desired that's been shut off. This sense that that's opening is going to be freeing. It leads us to self-love. It leads us to the strength of loving ourselves and seeing ourselves and knowing what we desire and knowing where we want to be. There is a sense here of I love me. And that is important to know. We've ignored it for a really long time. We've ignored ourselves for everybody else for a really long time. Now there is that need to step into that strength. And there is somebody here that we have to stand up to. There is some bully, some, negative energy that we need to stand up to and say, you know what, no, I'm not putting up with this nonsense anymore. And what's more important is I don't need to put up with this nonsense anymore. There's a level of gratitude as we're connecting. We're not only connecting with ourselves, we're connecting with our ancestors. We're connecting with the healing energy of our earth and what we love in life and where we want to be. We're opening up the door. We really are. And that's going to be so important to us because we're letting in new energy. We're letting in new wisdom, guided wisdom, ancient wisdom that we've been ignoring before. Scorpio, one of the greatest gifts of a Scorpio is that you walk between the worlds. You walk between the waking world and the sleeping world, the conscious and the subconscious. And this is a time where you can connect with your angels and your spirit guides. This is a time where you can connect with your loved ones who have passed and see what they are guiding you to do, guiding you to be. There's a power and there's a beacon to you that needs to be embraced. And that is going to be a very powerful, very beautiful opportunity to move forward. Okay? That is coming, that energy of, I'm holding your hand. I'm connecting with you. You're a part of me and I'm a part of you. If you have jewelry from an ancestor, a past loved one, you'll find yourself kind of drawn to it. Jewelry, sweatshirts, like just a bag that they always used, or, just some sort of adornment, okay, that you're going to be putting on because it's centering you within their energy. It's centering you within a greater purpose. And all of a sudden, you're not alone. You're not alone in this fierceness that we need to kind of embrace sometimes in our lives. It moves us to our subconscious Luna message. And it says, adjustments are required. Surrender. Adjustments are required. It's not going to be straightforward. It's not going to be as easy as we thought. Adjustments are going to be required for us to surrender to the moon, to what we desire, to the beacon of what we love, but also the mystery of where we're headed. it then brings us to our subconscious energy to be mindful of. That's the Lord. The Lord is Aries energy. And there's that chaotic coming together of energies during this time. And the Lord, under the hunter's moon, right? Aries in the hunter's moon is very powerful. Aries is a hunter. Aries is the god of war. Aries is the patriarchal archetype of survival and prosperity and what it means to provide. So here, we're going to need to be mindful of that energy kind of taking over. And that energy being so I will get to where I want to be no matter what, that we can lose track even of ourselves, lose track of the bigger picture of why we're here and what we want. We can also find ourselves very drawn to people who can be a little bit too intense during this time, embracing too much of that Aries energy. Maybe they're domineering, they can be a bit aggressive, but we can also find ourselves being a bit domineering or aggressive during this time if we step too deeply into that energy. So we need to find that balance. We need to embrace that balance, and we need to center ourselves. It moves us to our subconscious. Tarot energy, which is fantastic here because here we have Libra, here we have Aries. So they're both coming through in the major arcana. So this is going to be just important for us. That energy that we saw in the very beginning about the balance and the fact that we can feel very pulled and conflicted during this time is very true. We need to look at justice. What is just for us? Not how can I be just and fair to everybody else and, doing everything else. It's how can I center me, be just within me, and see me? How do I know where I need to be? And how am I connecting with who I am and what I desire from my life? All right, Scorpio. I hope this reading has resonated with you. I wish you nothing but light, love, peace, and happiness. May harmony always be with you. I am sending loving, healing energy to each and every one of you. I love you all, and stay safe. Let's end this reading with a meditation, a clearing away of negative energy, a raising of our positive energy as we embrace the power, intensity, and beauty of this moon and of ourselves. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. Releasing all negativity from the body like storm clouds. Letting yourself feel calm, centered, and at peace as we enter into this safe and loving space. May you move forward in peace and in harmony, Scorpio. And may you have a blessed moon.